Imagine serving your country, leaving your family, putting on a uniform, and trusting, with everything you had, that the United States government would keep you safe. Now imagine the water you drank every morning, the water your children bathe in, the water your pregnant wife used to cook your dinner was poisoning all of you, every single day for 30 years, and the people in charge already knew. Camp Lejeune, Marine Corps Base, Jacksonville, North Carolina, one of the largest and most important military installations in America, home to Marines, Navy personnel, Coast Guard, civilian workers, and their families. Hundreds of thousands of Americans live, work, trained, and raise their children here. Between 1953 and 1987, as many as 1 million Americans passed through Camp Lejeune. 1 million people, veterans, spouses, children, babies born right there on base. All of them drinking the same water. All of them bathing in the same water. All of them completely unaware that the water flowing through every pipe on that base was loaded with some of the most dangerous chemicals ever identified by science. In the early 1980s, the Marine Corps discovered something they never told the public. 2 of Camp Lejeune's main water treatment plants, Tarawa Terrace and Hadnot Point, were both contaminated with deadly industrial chemicals. Trichloroethylene, a solvent used to clean metal weapons. Perchloroethylene, a dry cleaning chemical. Benzene, found in gasoline and industrial fuel. Vinyl chloride, a known human carcinogen. These chemicals were found in the water at concentrations 240 to 3,400 times the levels permitted by federal law. Not slightly over, not a little contaminated. 3,400 times the legal safe limit. And people were drinking it, cooking with it, bathing their newborns in it for 3 decades. Here is the part that should make every American furious. The Marines discovered the contamination in 1982. They did not close the wells until 1985, and they did not properly notify the people who lived there for years after that. Victims claim military leaders deliberately concealed the truth, while men, women, and children kept drinking poison water every single day. The diseases that followed were devastating. The Agency for Toxic Substances and Disease Registry, a branch of the U.S. government, officially linked the Camp Lejeune water to at least 16 serious conditions: bladder cancer, kidney cancer, liver cancer, leukemia, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, multiple myeloma, Parkinson's disease, ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease, breast cancer, cervical cancer, birth defects, miscarriages, infertility, neurobehavioral disorders in children who were exposed in the womb. These were not random illnesses. Marines who served at Camp Lejeune were found to have a 10% higher chance of dying from any type of cancer compared to Marines stationed at other bases. Men came home from serving their country and got cancer. Women raised their families on base and lost babies. Children grew up and got sick without ever knowing why. And for decades, they could not sue. They could not get answers. They could not get justice, because the government had protected itself with legal barriers that made it nearly impossible to fight back. Until now, in August 2022, President Biden signed the Camp Lejeune Justice Act, part of the landmark Honoring Our Pact Act. For the first time in American history, veterans, their families, and civilian workers were given the legal right to sue the United States government for what was done to them at Camp Lejeune. The response was immediate. Over 400,000 claims were filed. 400,000 people who had been waiting for decades finally had a voice, and the Department of Justice has already begun paying. As of 2026, the DOJ has approved more than $708 million in settlement payments to Camp Lejeune victims and families. And that is just the beginning. The Congressional Budget Office has estimated the U.S. government will pay out more than $21 billion to Camp Lejeune victims over the next decade. Here's exactly who may be eligible for compensation. Number 1, you lived, worked, or were stationed at Camp Lejeune for at least 30 days between August 1st, 1953 and December 31st, 1987. Number 2, you were diagnosed with any of the qualifying conditions, including the cancers, Parkinson's disease, ALS, birth defects, or other illnesses linked to the toxic water. Number 3, you are a family member, a spouse, a child, a parent of someone who was exposed and developed a serious illness. Number 4, even if your loved one passed away, you may still file a wrongful death claim on their behalf. And the amounts? Through the government's fast-track elective option program, eligible claimants are receiving between $100,000 and $550,000 per person through full lawsuit settlements. Legal experts estimate payouts ranging from $25,000 to over $1 million, depending on your diagnosis and length of exposure. The longer you were there, the more serious the illness, the higher the compensation. If you think you or someone you love may qualify, search right now, Camp Lejeune Justice Act Claim Attorney, Camp Lejeune Settlement Eligibility 2026. Visit justice.gov for official updates. Most Camp Lejeune attorneys take cases completely free up front. They only get paid if you win. These were not accidents. The chemicals were identified, the danger was known, and the men and women who dedicated their lives to defending this country were not told. If your family was at Camp Lejeune, if you wore the uniform, if you raised your children inside those gates, you deserve to know that the law is finally on your side, and the money is there, $21 billion, waiting for the people it was always meant for. This channel exists for one reason, to make sure you never miss the money that is already yours. Subscribe right now. Turn on every notification, because next week, we are exposing another American scandal that affected millions of families. And the courts just opened the payout window. Do not miss it.